At the beginning of Chapter 1 of Slave Sovereign, the Abyss King's Dominion, we see a place where the rain is falling so heavily that the entire road looks blurred. Lightning tears across the sky every few seconds, and in those flashes, Kael's blood-covered face becomes visible. His whole body is covered in wounds, his breathing is breaking apart, and his trembling hands struggle to hold onto the ground. But the people standing in front of him remain completely calm. Elena, the same girl for whom he ruined his entire life, is now staring at him with cold eyes. The others standing behind her are laughing as if they're mocking a failed experiment. With a shaking voice full of pain, Kael asks, "I did everything for you, so why?" At that moment, a man violently kicks him in the stomach, sending Kael sliding across the wet road. Because weak people are born only to be used. Elena slowly walks toward him, grabs his hair, lifts his head up, and smiles. "You were useful, Kael, just not anymore." There is more shock in Kael's eyes than pain. He cannot understand how the girl he always risked his life to protect is now leaving him to die. Elena leans close to his ear and whispers softly, "Thanks for being useful till the end." The next second, someone pushes him from behind, and Kael's body begins falling into the darkness below the road. Endless darkness stretches before him, down deeper and deeper. His screams disappear into the abyss. Suddenly, everything becomes silent. No wind, no sound, only darkness. Then, in the middle of the void, two gigantic white eyes slowly open. Kael's breathing stops. A heavy voice echoes directly inside his mind. "Do you desire power?" Trembling, Kael asks, "Who are you?" After a few seconds of silence, the answer finally comes, "The Abyss." At that moment, Kael's entire life flashes before his eyes. Hunger, humiliation, loneliness, betrayal. The voice speaks once more. "Humans betrayed you. The weak are always devoured. So tell me, child, do you wish to devour this world?" Kael stays silent for a moment. The pain, fear, and loneliness inside him slowly begin to break apart. Then, for the first time, a smile appears on his face. But it is not a human smile. Yes, instantly, thousands of black chains burst out from the darkness and pierce into his body. His veins begin turning black. His right eye becomes completely pitch black, while his left eye glows white. Kael screams in agony as a mechanical voice echoes around him. Unique skill acquired. Gluttony abyss. Authority acquired. Soul chains. From this moment onward, you are no longer human. Suddenly, Kael's eyes snap open. His breathing is fast and uneven. He finds himself chained inside an iron slave carriage where frightened slaves are sitting all around him. Some are children, some are elderly, and some are demi-humans with animal ears and tails bound in chains. The smell of dirt, blood, and fear fills the entire carriage. Then the carriage door opens, and two guards step inside. "Listen up, trash. Tomorrow all of you will be sold at the auction. The more useful you are, the longer you'll survive." The guards suddenly notice a small fox demi-human girl curled up in the corner. Her orange fox ears are bruised, and her tail trembles in fear. One of the guards grabs her chain and starts dragging her outside. Please stop," the girl cries. But the other guard laughs and slaps her across the face. Slaves don't need emotions. The entire carriage falls silent in fear. No one dares to say a word. Then suddenly, the sound of chains echoes through the carriage. The guard turns around. Kael is slowly standing up. His head is lowered, and his black eye is faintly glowing. At first, the guards laugh. "Oh, the new product is showing attitude." But the moment Kael looks at the guard, he suddenly sees glowing red chains wrapped around the man's body. Words are engraved within those chains: greed, cruelty, sadism. A voice echoes inside Kael's mind. Soul chains activated. The chains reveal the true nature of soul. Annoyed, the guard walks toward Kael and raises his fist to punch him in the face, but Kael simply stares back without fear. Slowly, his aura begins spreading throughout the carriage. The other slaves start trembling in terror. For the first time, the fox girl looks directly at him. She cannot understand whether the boy standing before her is human or something else entirely. The guard smirks and asks, "And what exactly are you going to do?" For a few seconds, complete silence fills the carriage. Then Kael slowly lifts his head. His black eye shines like pure darkness. In a cold, emotionless voice, he says only one sentence, "I'll eat you." At that exact moment, every candle inside the carriage goes out, and a black aura spreads through the entire room. The slaves quickly back away in fear, while the fox girl stares at Kael with both terror and hope in her eyes for the very first time. And with that, the chapter comes to an end.